Profession child. Why do you need a tool? What do you need a tool for? Your efficiency at what has decreased? Your efficiency at being a kid? That is very weird indeed. Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode of Settlement Survival with me, Spacefish, and welcome to our beautiful little town. You may be able to notice that compared to the last episode, there's a bit of a difference here in terms of where we're at, because, well, quite frankly, there was some issue with the save file. I'm not quite sure what's happened, but somehow the new save file disappeared, and I only had the autosave to fall back on, so, wasn't too happy about that. Luckily, it wasn't too far behind, so everything that we had set up until the end of the last episode, like the clinic, for example, we are now basically in the same position as we previously were, in that sense. Maybe save for a few ways that are still being built, but otherwise we're pretty much where we left off. So, not much of any progress lost, I would say. Now, last episode we did leave off with this clinic being completed and us also having collected that reward already, and well, we've been moved on to building a distillery, but at the same time, I have to say, we were pretty much left in a position also where our population started being really a bit short overall, I have to say. And let me just go into here for a second. I know we've got our master volume at 10% at this time. I feel it is still absolutely too loud. So, we had this built, but as you may be able to see, there's nobody working here. And there is nobody working in the church either. There's like only one person that is able to work on these fields as well, and well, we were also short on workers in the mine, so we're really running a bit into a situation where, you know, sure, we're running along the tutorial, we're building more and more stuff, but, I mean, there's really, like, a bit of a shortage in workers, and I'm not quite sure how we can alleviate that, so we will try and find out. We will also definitely make sure to move one worker over to the clinic, because we do need the doctor. You can see here we do already have some injured workers here. We've got one with ankle sprain. We've got another one apparently with ankle sprain. Everybody likes to sprain their ankles. So, you know, we do need to get some level of treatment going there, and eventually it would be nice to have the clinic going too. But, you know, well, we'll kind of see as that develops, I suppose, how we can tackle that. But definitely, I would really like to go and get someone going for this very job. And the question is, where can we really deprioritize? I am not entirely sure. We've got a hunter's hut here. What was that? Chopping house. We do need that. I don't really have anything. Not quite sure what to say. I mean, even on wood, we don't have much of anything. I can't just go and lower the amount of people my forest is on. I guess we do have a lot of water currently. So I would go, decrease workers here, and add that worker to there, so we do have a doctor going at the very least, right? I think that's important. Then that'll bring up the overall health a little bit, because, you know, generally I have to say it's already quite low, so we'll be working on like that, and hopefully that'll go and get some effect going, slowly but surely. Now, it does seem that there's already people headed up there, yes? Maybe, potentially. Kind of seems to be the case, so I like that. Yeah, so there we go. People are getting to the clinic to go and get themselves treated, so hopefully that is going to help. I think their movement speed was slow due to this injury, so, you know, should have a good effect on our workers in the medium to long run. So, aside from that, though, we do have another task on the list, which is building a distillery, and, well, that very task, I'm kind of wondering where we want to make it happen. Maybe close to the fields, because I guess we need to grow something on the fields to actually bring to the distillery at some point. So I would say we go and get a little bit of a felling trees command going here. I mean, we do need to continuously do that, I guess, to be able to keep expanding the city. And then we will just get like some dirt roads going here. We will go and look at processing, and then, oh boy, that's actually not all too small, is it? It's a 6x6, which is a bit annoying indeed, I would argue, because it doesn't really fit in well here from a grid size perspective again. It's like annoying when the building sizes don't really match each other all too well, I would argue. Doesn't match this bit either, though, is the issue. It doesn't match that either. It's like one custom building size that I have in no other building. And now I can find how in the world I puzzle it into the landscape with this city architecture, right? I mean, not everything has to be perfect. Not everything has to be straight. I'm always maybe a little too over the top OCD with these kinds of things, you know. Doesn't necessarily have the best effect in the end on what the city looks like if all the roads are straight, if everything just matches each other one by one. So we'll just throw it in there, and we'll throw some other bits in, and maybe we'll just be a little more inefficient with the space, and, you know, a little less just like perfectly straight American style, a little bit more like random weird European style. We'll see how that goes, alright? Gonna build it up like that, just to make sure to go along with the goals. Now the thing is, honestly, I mean, the thing is, firstly, we've got no fuel. Why? Like, seriously, why? I've even got this going now, but I guess we're using more. Right? Last year, this year, 160. We would be able to open another job position, but there's nobody that we can go and get to work on it. And we're in August and out of fuel. Like, what in the world are we going to do in winter at this point? Now, what we do have to say, I think it may be down to the fact that we also just built some new houses, and the houses are always filling themselves up on fuel, and while they're doing that, I guess our storage is going to be empty, so maybe that's where the warning sign comes from. Let's see how that develops once the houses fill up, alright? We will just hope that the production does actually cover enough. If not, we may need to open up another working slot here, but I really don't hope that is not the case. We did already acquire another not production technology point as well, which I've got no clue where that even was at, to be honest here. Yes. So, I mean, technically we do have a bunch now that we can use. I just really don't have a clue what we want. So I think until we are done at least with the basic tutorial bits, we may leave this aside. Because, I mean, there's a lot of options, of course, and it's all nice and beautiful. On the other hand side, though, you also kind of have to say that we don't have any additional workers currently. We've got 6 kids that are slowly but surely growing up, but while they're still kids, they're not going to do much of anything for us, and I have not really yet found any way of having a additional inflow of adult inhabitants, right? I mean, I'm sure there's going to be something at some point, but for the time being, it does not seem to be the case, so... I mean, honestly, I already don't have the workers to fill the buildings the tutorial tells me to build, so why go beyond that, right? We're just going to keep it within these limits for the time being, I would say, and then we kind of go from there. So, I hope this whole pea thing is going to go well. I mean, it's already kind of September. The flax fields have been harvested, but we are really a bit behind in the bean fields, I would argue. I'm not sure how long these beans can be harvested for. I don't know. Doesn't say anything, but, you know, hopefully that'll work out. Fingers crossed. We'll kind of just see how it goes as it develops. If it goes too late in the year, maybe we have to go and move some people over to help with the harvesting. I do feel like it may be taking too long, right? Could be an issue. Could really be an issue. I mean, the chilies and everything are doing well, but the beans, I'm worried about, I have to say. Warehouses and storage yards are full. Citizens have nowhere to store supplies. Oh, that is something I think we had built in the last episode, but now it's kind of like, well, you know, not built due to the issue with the save file. So, I mean, the storage thing was just like a zone, basically, right? Where was that at? Storage yard. I think we mirrored one here, if I recall correctly, so we'll do the same. Hopefully that should be fine. Yes. And this one was a bit of a better one, but in any case, you know, we can go and get things stored right there. Absolutely beautiful. And Jesus Christ. There's a lot of things. Throwing a lot of things at that instantly. Wow. Okay. Lots of peas and everything. Beautiful. So, you know, I mean, the food is amassing itself, and hopefully that's going to go and work out, and hopefully the water lasts for the time being, given that we've only got one person working here currently, right? I just want more people. There goes the distillery, by the way. It's all nice and ready to go, as you can see. I could go brew some alcohol, but Well, the issue is that, oh, wait. Did the tutorial just end? And what is this? You can accept immigrants as citizens in the town hall when they arrive here to increase the population, but plague might... Well, plague maybe, bro. Jesus Christ. The thing is, I kind of do need those citizens, though, but that's not going to happen before, autumn next year. I mean, there's no more new kids being born, so that's nice. You know, that's some good signs, I would say. Citizen are freezing. Yay, that's a bad sign. But, I'm a bit unhappy. Wait. Who of you's got an wait, you're freezing and injured, or... Wow. That is, ooh, ankle sprained. Why'd you not get yourself treated, man? We've got a clinic for you now. I guess he's still in treatment, I don't know. Oh, and we've lost some beans. Okay, so, yeah, we kind of want more workers in those fields. But what do we do, really? Well, kids are coming, but they're still growing up. So, yeah. And we're still out of fuel, kind of, sort of. I do want to monitor how much fuel is in here now, though. It seems like the amounts of fuel have been increasing to me. Oh, God, there's 2 units of fuel in that one. But it's a newly built one, but still. It's not great. God. I'm not too sure about this. Right, what we can do is we can go get Cherry off the job right here, and we can open that and get Cherry on the job right there. So that way we can get some more fuel in. I'm not sure if that's like limiting the production when we have that amount in storage or how that works. I've got no clue. But this should, well, increase the output of that significantly, I hope. And mean that nobody's going to freeze over the winter time, right? Fingers crossed. Now, we do, of course, have these fields, which, I mean, technically, these people don't need to be working there. So I would say that we can honestly just say we decrease the workers here temporarily until, you know, we go to spring again. And we just get these people to work right there. Right? That's 5. And then we've got this one person here. Maybe can temporarily... I don't know. What do we need here, in fact? We don't have any... Do we have anything here to make this stuff from? Do we have potatoes? Or... Yeah, so much stuff in here, I've got no idea in the world. Potatoes. 25! I mean, that's not a lot, but, you know, we could get some going. And what's that? Agave. Where's that at? Where is that at? I mean, technically it wouldn't be food, right? I mean, you do also technically still have alcohol, so... Where would I find that? I've got no clue. I'm not even seeing it. Well, I'd like to just plant some potatoes or something, to be honest. That would be quite nice. Why can I not do that? That would be lovely. Lovely jubbly. Well, I don't see the garb here. Which, I mean, makes sense. It's not food for me, but where do I find it? It's not here. It's not in raw materials. Oh. Wait a second. Ah, okay, so we do have a bit. Alright, let's go and select that, right? And we'll just go and add the additional worker right there. We can make some extra alcohol. Why not, I guess? You know, get some basics covered, make people a little happier and all. City health is increasing, thanks to the clinic, so quite happy about that. That guy still has a sprained ankle, but he's going to his treatments every day, so fingers crossed I'll change at some point. And this here, I mean, we still don't have the fishing dock ready to go because we still don't have any planks ready to go. So, on that end, I would really actually like to research something. I mean, we've got 9 kids now, so, I mean, they're going to grow up at some point. It's, I don't know, how long does it take for kids to grow up here? Is it like, it seems to be year by year, so, that could be a while. I mean, I think kids kind of say count as not kids anymore when they are, like... 12, 14 in the game, because I mean that's just how it worked in medieval times, right? But I'm not sure. I mean, some of these kids are already at 3 years and we're not even through 2, so maybe it's a season that counts as a year, not a year? I'm absolutely unsure, so if you know about that, let me know down below in the comments. But I would like to actually have a quick look here at technology And I guess a processing then, right? Because we do need planks at some point. I would like to get some like little fishing thingy here going, so we can go and use that for a food source. If we're already here, we may as well use it, right? That does not seem to be where we need to look. I mean, it must be. No? Trade, insurance, blah, blah, blah. That's definitely not it. Mining. Is it already available? Oh, it was already potentially available, right? No. Chopping house. I don't want a chopping house, though. Gold mining. Ooh. Quarry, sand mining, refined fuel. I know that we'd seen this at some point somewhere, right? Do you guys remember? I remember quite well. We had seen like an advanced version where it was able to make like the chopped wood thingy, but also we were able to make planks. I've got no clue where to find that though anymore. I would say not construction. Agriculture doesn't make any sense to me, so we're just going to skip past that. Trade. Livability. Where? Where is it? Am I blind, everyone? Probably am, right? Probably missing the point. It's got to be somewhere in here and I'm not seeing it. Ooh, these are quite nice. Oh, if you go to a certain proficiency level, it actually... Okay, there's some like extra buffs and stuff you can get, which is cool. Oh, there! Told you. So, sawmill. Sawmill and water... Sawmill, more efficient, same function, but powered by water, thus greater efficiency. Okay. So you can get a water sawmill going at some point when we get up, like, close by the river or something. You have the normal sawmill, but it does make domestic fuel as well. So, that's quite cool. So I would definitely want that. There goes another technology point. I mean, we can basically already kind of exchange the chopping house, to be honest. It doesn't make any sense to me to have the chopping house going when we can just have a sawmill going who makes things like 15 bajillion times faster. Especially if we build a water sawmill and we kind of... Oh, does it need to be... Ew! Yeah, see, this is a bit of an issue. It needs to be basically a more or less straight river here. That we can somehow, like, here it would work. Could maybe make it work there. Not quite. See the overhang? I mean, that's like... Nah. And here I'm not sure if I don't just want to have the city there, rather. Or like a little bit of a... I don't know. But I mean, in any case, it doesn't seem to be fitting in there either due to the whole... That's a bit, honestly... Oh, there we go. So we can do it like this. We're going to just do it there, honestly. I don't want to go too far away from the city centre and stuff. But I have to say, that little... the way that works is a little bit annoying, I would argue. I mean, it's not ideal in my mind to make it where the river needs to be perfectly straight. And then, like, the river's just... I mean, not perfectly, but quite close to perfectly straight. It gets you a lot of problems, you know, because in a lot of spaces it just doesn't work that way. And, you know, the way that the building system is set up in the game, I guess, it's kind of like you've got to stick to the grid more or less. And then, yeah, it's kind of annoying. But anyways, I mean, it works. We've got it going. We should have enough materials to get things rolling for ourselves. So, very nice. Liking that. We're going to get that going. And, you know, at the same time, we've got 5 people mining here during winter. Getting us a ton of iron ore, so I'm not going to be complaining about that in the slightest. The more the merrier. Some citizens have no tools. Tools can be produced in smithy. Aha! Intriguing. So we probably want one. The thing is, we don't really have anyone available to work in it, but we probably want one. So we're going to build one. Do we want to have a little... How do we best integrate this? See, we could have put this here and the distillery on top and we'd be perfectly fine, right? But now... Yeah. This is a bit annoying. He's a little bit annoying, not gonna lie. I don't like that all too much, I have to say. Maybe we do plonk the smithy in the middle here. Do you want to leave like a bit of space for a second well? Well, big well, so 4x4, okay. So we're gonna go leave like 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and then the smithy goes right there. Okay, cool. So, well, you know, some extra production needs covered. This thing will be easy to run, right? Because we just move these ladies over to here, and they'll take care of it, and they can make their fuel at a fastest pace, and then even push in some planks in the middle while they're going. So I like that quite a lot. The blacksmith, I've got no clue how in the world I'm planning on running that, but yeah, you can see there's people running around looking for tools, kind of. Proficient child. Why do you need a tool? What do you need a tool for? Your efficiency at what has decreased? Your efficiency at being a kid. That is very weird indeed. Yeah, so the fuel reserves did just get lowered again. I mean, looking at all the houses, where are we at in terms of fuel currently? 27, 20, 36, 31. I mean, the houses are sort of fine. You know, there's a lot of fuel in the houses, I would argue. Well, not that much. So, you know, in any case, I think this thing can't come soon enough. So we'll just work on getting that ready to ensure to pick up on the speed of that a little bit. And what is here? Output limit reached. Oh no! I didn't change the output limit, and now that guy's been sitting in there for like 2 bajillion years doing nothing at all. Because he was like, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to produce more. Damn it! That was not my intention right there. Okay, well, this thing's being plunked together quite nicely. Let's go and speed things up a little more, because that is going to take an odd second to get that ready. And then, I would argue, I mean, afterwards we can pretty much go and not cut this thing down, but go knock this thing down. I would say we don't need that anymore. We can move the 2 ladies over to here. And they can go and continue their work right there. And, yeah, it's pretty much that. So you can see right here. Now, the thing is, I guess, you know, what I don't like too much is that we do somewhat have to... dried animal dung. Interesting. But we do have to choose, I guess, between the domestic fuel and the planks. I would like to say, you know, 50% that, 50% that, or like shares like 40% that, 60% that or something, but apparently we've got to choose one. So, I mean, we'll get started with a domestic fuel. You can see here, producing double instantly. So we'll make sure to rack some up, and then once the domestic fuel's looking good, we'll go and swap over to planks so we can actually continue building this thing right here. And, you know, eventually when our kids grow up, or we do have some people immigrating, which apparently is a thing and we definitely want to make happen, then we will make sure... Well, then we will have it ready to go and we can actually get some fishermen going. That's what I wanted to say here. So, shopping house here. Upgrade. Wait, could we have just upgraded this thing to a sawmill? We probably could have. Well, this sawmill is still better, right? Because it's next to the water, so we're just going to keep it that way. It's totally fine. I am intrigued. Yeah, so durable storage yard does have a larger capacity than a normal one, but I mean, we're good full capacity for the time being. I think we don't really need to spend any research points on that just yet. But I would say, given that the chopping house is standing here already, we'll just leave it standing here now for, like, to see if in the future maybe we do want to upgrade it. So we've got one thing doing the domestic fuel and another thingy doing the planks, because that could make sense, you know. So we'll just leave that bit as is, and I'm very intrigued by the fact that we want 2 units of fuel. Oh, no. We're making 2? Eh? I guess showing the recipe for some reason? I'm confused. Anyways, they should be working away. They are not. What's this exclamation mark right here? Tell me. Lack of raw materials. We don't have a single bit of wood remaining. Glorious. Our little forester down here does not seem to be up to snuff in terms of the speed we need, so... We may kind of want another one. The thing is, we don't have the people to run it. It's like 3 people running the thing, and evidently they're not even close to getting the work done, so... Not liking that. I mean, we'll be knocking down the trees and everybody's still out of tools. I acknowledge that. I'm sorry for that, but what do we do about that? Now, we do have a blacksmith here. I would say that given that it's still winter, and we don't really need the alcohol that bad, I feel like we even made some already. We'll just go and remove Randolph from here, and we'll move Randolph over to the blacksmith temporarily at least, right? So we get some tools coming in. question being, I would say we make the tools from iron. Makes the most sense in my mind, you know. We've got iron coming in from the mine. We've got lots of people working in the mine for the iron currently, so should hopefully be fine. That said, we need wood. We don't have, well, we did not have much of any wood. We do have some wood now because we just instructed the people to knock down a whole lot of trees, but still not ideal. Right, making some space here then. I kind of really want to get a forester going because, I mean, you can see just how much we're lacking the wood. It's not going to get better anytime soon, right? It's really not, so I'm not liking it. Question being here, sowing season March for these, March for that, March for this. So, come March, we do have to remove all the people from the mines and, well, from the extra person here also helping on the fuel, and we'll have to move them over back to the fields to make sure that those are being taken care of properly. Which is totally fine. And then we still have to hope and pray that some kids are going to turn into adults. I mean, we do have a lot of kids now, I have to say. 5 more than when we started the episode, so, you know, certainly a lot being born. It's just, you know, I guess the whole growth mechanism just slowly but surely has to snowball itself into existence, so it'll certainly take a little while longer before we do actually have the amount of people that we do need here. And Jesus Christ, that's a lot of people out of tools. Can you not make anything happen, or are you just all standing around doing nothing in the world? I've got no clue. But yeah, tools were definitely out of, so... I mean, I kind of want to keep the blacksmith working. Maybe we're just going to continue working with one person in the flax fields as well for the time being, because I feel like having tools is kind of somewhat essential, so we probably do want to keep moving on with that. Now, given that there's so many people kind of just waiting doing nothing, I mean, I guess they may as well just go knock down some more trees. So we'll schedule that. And even these people down there are totally out of tools, so it's not good. It's not good. Now, what I do want to say is I think we're pretty decent on fuel. Oh, one citizen got injured. Great. And I don't want to keep using up that much wood because we honestly don't have it. So we're going to go and get one person off the job again. And what is our person going to be doing instead? I guess we're going to go to the fields because we kind of, you know, need to be moving on that again. So 3 people off the mine and 3 people back onto the fields, 1 per field, and then I guess we've got things somewhat sorted again. So that's pretty much the wrap up on the 2nd year, already well into the 3rd year. Quite happy with that. We do have this water sawmill going now, which should be a lot more effective and helpful. We've pretty much left the tutorial behind us as well, which is quite nice. Now the only kind of issue is that we are really freaking low on wood, I would say. So we do need to think of some solution to that. In the next episode, maybe we build another forester and we get one person out of here, we get another into there or something, or we just hope for some more people that we can get into the forest. Leave me your ideas down below how we could tackle this issue. Of course, I mean, we can just keep knocking down trees, but at some point there will be no forest left, so that's also something to think about. But we will consider all that and more in the next episode. Hopefully continuing on happily, having some kids grow up finally, having some immigrants come in, and we also really need to take care of citizen happiness, because I have to say it is not all too high currently, so we really do need to take care of that as well. For today though, we're ending this episode off right here. I hope you all very much enjoyed it. Of course, if you did, please make sure to go ahead and smash that like button right down below for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon in order to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. With all those things out of the way though, as usual everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll catch you in the next episode very soon. Ciao.